Alright, got all my mufflers in. I just sort of bolted this manifold down here, cleaned up an old tube barrel I had, stuck it on here. I run some temporary stuff here for a starter solenoid. My cables are too short. Don't have a battery box in it yet, but got an old distributor. I drained about 2 gallons of water out of the pan. Apparently it was leaking stuff down in here. Turned it over, I got good oil pressure. So I'm gonna just clean it up a little bit here, put on some plug wires, set the timing, put some gas in it, see if I can't fire this motor up. That shouldn't take too long. But anyway, we'll have another look at it in a bit. Curiosity got the better of me here. I don't have much hooked up. I found a radiator here. It's plugged up, but it's a good radiator. I have to clean it out. I stuck the plugs and plug wires on it, put valve covers on it. This is my fancy key right here, and I can jump the solenoid there with another wire. It'll turn over. Got it full of oil. Of course, I don't have no gas or anything hooked up. I'm looking at that carburetor. I think it might be on backwards. Looks like I got idle screws here in the back. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be in the front. But anyway, that's good enough to just put some gas in it and see if it fires. I've got the timing set at 10 degrees, so even with all the air leaks and everything that are not plugged, it should do something. Well, of course, this just might not do anything. You know, it's strange that I get that carburetor on backwards. That's usually not like me. This is just some old dirty gas I had. It's not even good gas. And then we'll turn my key on here. Should be able to get some kind of sparking or jumping or something out of it. We'll find out. Nothing. Not a lick. Yeah, looks like my battery's going dead too. Just wonder if I got any fire here at all. And these are pretty good things. Just check here to see if it is even firing. I was pretty sure I got some spark out of the coil before. Yeah, it's firing. I used the Windsor firing order on it, which is for the B303 cam. Hook up the battery, charge it to it, and see if I can't get it to move over a little faster. Alright, I got some of my vacuum leads plugged. The gas line kind of hooked up. Got a spring here on the carburetor to shut it down. Poured a little gas in it. I'm sure this is Windsor firing order. I don't know for sure though. Well, I am sure actually. Windsor firing order. I'm going to try to give it a go, see if it'll start. Don't sound like my starter's kicking loose. Well, it fired up. Means my timing is about right. any fuel in it. So now I kind of doubt it. Anyway, I'll see if I can get that carburetor full of fuel and we'll try it again. Alright, try it again. I had some leaks in the fuel pump, just sucking air. Still don't have any gas in the carburetor, but I poured a little in. I also put a PVC valve in it, which is probably going to do it some good. And then just sort of turning on my makeshift key here. And luck, this thing ought to fire up and then run long enough to get gas into that carburetor. I don't think it's got gas in the carburetor. Oh, there we go. Accelerator pumped a bit. Should have gas. Like I said, that's a really bad old carburetor. I just sort of blew it out with some cleaner and put gas in it. I don't even know if it's going to work at all. Well, it obviously started. I was checking my oil pressure. I got 70 pounds of oil pressure in it. Still missing and doing its thing, but it fired right up, well, more or less. You know, like I said, I know that carburetor ain't no good. I can't really tell. I've used the Windsor firing order on it, which I'm sure is right for the cam. At least it fired up, and that's about as much as I want to run it without any water in it. So next thing is try to put some water in it, and I'll try it again. That took me quite a while, but I got a radiator in it and a pretty funky old alternator here. I don't know how well that's going to work. I think it'll probably run with it. and I put water in it. I'm sure it's going to leak somewhere, but I got the bottom of it tight. And fill the radiator. It's still bubbling. It's probably coming through that thermostat. I'll try to fire it up now and see if we can get it to run a little better. Alright, while I was fooling with it, looks like the water went down a little bit. So I'm just going to top it off a bit here. It's taking quite a bit. Still getting bubbles and things through it. Who knows? It might have opened that thermostat with the water hitting in there and transferring heat up from the motor. I don't think it's that hot though. Anyway, radiator's full. Put my makeshift key on. There's that. Give it a couple pumps. Find my starter wire. This is it here. See, it'll fire. Still that starter's dragging for some reason. Warning, it didn't start. This carburetor is really bad. I don't know if these are even working at all. Listen, I don't know what that is. Looks like I also got my valve covers leaking. I didn't even tighten them up, just finger tightened them. Get it fired up. Probably tighten them. I didn't even use a wrench on them. Oh yeah, they're not even finger tight really. That'll stop some of my oil leak. Oh yeah. Well, I can tighten this stuff up. I still don't know why it's missing. My guess is it's probably that carburetor. Like I said, it was pretty funky. But it don't sound too bad. It ran really good before. Of course, I still don't have the timing set or anything. But at the end of the day, I got it running, and that's what I was after.